Hello everybody, welcome back to PadFootTD Games. My name is Zach, I'm the voice behind the icon, and today we're back in American Truck Simulator once again with going NASCAR style. We are going to be taking our Arizona Pro Racing Series car from Charlotte, our home base, to Rockingham. Now, Rockingham is not on our map here for the United States map, and so what we're going to have to do is use our imagination. No, that's what we do every week. But we're going to be actually going to Fayetteville. You'll see. It's technically further, between Charlotte and Fayetteville is Rockingham. There's nothing on the map. It's a 5-hour drive. So you guys get another live one of me talking, so I do apologize for that. Let's get ourselves in the cab. Can actually turn our lights off. Alright, well, we are on our way. And let's talk about Indianapolis. Well, first off, thanks for One Stop Country Pet Supply for being on the car. That is primary number one. To thank our sponsor for letting us go out there and race. Hold on. Why is my map not showing up? You were here just a second ago. That's probably when I moved you. Alright. Well, yeah, see, that's what I thought. I don't know why I thought it was 5 hours from where the truck was. Well, the truck was originally at Talladega. So it's a 2-hour drive. We're very close. Very, very close to home. When we do a Charlotte race, it's going to be like a 2-minute video, and I'm already excited about that because I think it'll be funny. So off we go to Walmart. Oh, I think it's going to be called Wally World because, yet again, that mod has not been updated. But, yeah, so thanks to One Stop for being on the car. That's a given. It's not cheap for us to be able to do this for the time and everything else. Please stay green. Ah. It didn't. But yeah, so at Indianapolis, really fun at the road course. Talladega, going to Talladega. Hi, sweetie. The puppy's coming to say hi. She realizes that she can reach me if she goes a certain direction. But yeah, so Talladega. I'm just starting to talk about Indianapolis. Duh. It's 2 races ago. Everything's becoming a blur. Don't worry about it. So Talladega. You know, that became tricky with that new tire compound, and shifted into first. I didn't know I shifted it into neutral. So yeah, that became tricky of trying to figure out exactly how we wanted to approach that. Not the worst run, but considering how we usually do at Talladega, I was very disappointed. Now, on our second run, we were so close to being where I wanted to be. And we ended up pissing it away because of, I got nervous coming out of the turn. I completely misjudged going up against the wall for that run, and it caused us to tap the wall and slide down into the infield. And that's it. We can't be destroying these cars every week. We don't make that money, especially being a mid-tier team. You know, I can't be getting in accidents every week that are going to require us to completely strap together a brand new car again. So, and our safety rating. So, eventually we've got to pull the plug on it. And that's what we had to do this past week. So, I'm hoping Rockingham's going to be better. We don't do the best there. The surface is just super worn out and very bumpy. Obviously, it's a classic track, so it doesn't really fall into our wheelhouse anyways. Hey, but the closer's at linear, and we're usually pretty good at a short track, so maybe we have a victory somewhere inside of us. I really needed to get over into that lane. Thank that cop for giving us room. So yeah, off to Rockingham. Now, what's really nice is that iRacing, just like North Wilkesboro, has been able to preserve this track for generations to come via iRacing. I know it did try to open up again just a handful of years ago. I'm saying handful. It could be as many as 12. And the interest just isn't there, which is a really big bummer. I would much rather, instead of seeing 2 Charlotte races, even though I love having the Roval now, I think that adds a curveball. I'm talking. Okay. I think that adds a really neat curveball to the chase format. I would love to see, for the regular Charlotte race, at least the trucks go to Rockingham. Now, they can't live off of 1 race a year. I understand that. And to get the facility back into running order would be a lot of money. Always. So, yeah. Always makes me wonder what I'd do if I just came into, like, $1 billion. I'd love to open North Wilkesboro. I'd love to open Rockingham. But if I can't get a NASCAR sanctioned event, I just don't see it happening. Up to 60. I'm in my own world of like, where do I want this conversation to go next? Well, I actually do know where I want it to go. NASCAR is going to be doing a couple midweek races to try to get the rest of the races in for the year as we start to figure out how we're going to be able to finish the season. Now, I look forward to racing every Sunday. But I would not be opposed to a handful of weekday races to beef up the schedule a little bit. That's my opinion. We've got a certain amount of weeks in the year. I just wouldn't mind seeing more racing. You know, I want a variety of tracks. Now, I know this is a loaded subject because there's some people who love them, and especially if it's your home track, I don't want to be destroying your hopes and dreams for it. I don't like the 1.5-mile cookie cutter tracks. Now, I know a lot of people hate that, even into the 2-mile range. Michigan, Chicagoland, Kansas, Kentucky, okay, California, or Fontana, whatever they call it now. Auto Club Speedway. I'm not a fan. Now, at the same time, a lot of people say that they're not a fan of New Hampshire. They think it's a very boring race. Well, yes and no. Mile tracks are a little bit better, but at least there is a little bit of a challenge that comes to New Hampshire. Okay, it's very hard to pass. Can make some boring racing every once in a while. I'm not going to throw that out the window. But every track has the potential to be boring. It depends on the racing that you're looking for. Now, me, I like the side-by-side racing. I don't like people to get a lead. Even if it's my favorite driver, I don't want to see them 1.5 miles out in front of everybody else. Okay? I'd rather watch them battle all the way until the finish. I like seeing cautions. I like seeing the field get, bunched back up. As a competitor, as a racer, I hate cautions. I'd rather just keep on going, keep the run that I have going. But as a fan, okay, so I know where both sides are coming from, but as a fan, I would much rather see a race that's got some cautions in it. Now, I know people are like, well, we don't want anybody to get hurt. Well, I don't want anybody to get hurt either. That's a given, okay? And they're like, well, they're going to be just destroying these multi-million-dollar cars. Well, these cars shouldn't be multi-million dollars. And I know with the Gen 6 car, they're looking at being able to make them cheaper. And to be honest, that's something that I'd really like to see. Make the cars cheaper. Don't make them any less safe. Okay, that guy's getting off. That's why I'm like, why all of a sudden is the whole lane coming to a stop? Don't make them any less safe. But I bet you we can make them cheaper. Of course, the Gen 7 car has been put off for a whole nother year. It's just going to suck. But at the same time, I will say I am excited to hear what tracks they're going to try to add next year. I'm hoping that we're going to get a couple new tracks. I hope we don't lose many. Even though I'm not a fan of some of the cookie cutter tracks, I don't want the fan base to lose their track. Plain and simple. like up here in New England, and I know I've said this before, we have 2 tracks. You can kind of technically call it 3. We've got New Hampshire, the Magic Mile. You've got Dover, the Monster Mile. Now, Dover produces some great racing regardless, I think. I love the high bank. It's like Bristol on steroids. That's what I think about Dover. And I love New Hampshire because it's my home track, and we camp. We also technically, it's a very big technically, have Watkins Glen. Okay? So we have got 3 tracks in this region. If you look at how many are in the southeast, regardless of, you know, that's where the tracks, it's the word I'm looking for. Sorry, trying to focus on driving, too. The origin of the sport comes from, spread the wealth a little bit. I would love, I don't even know if there's really any out there. Spread the wealth. I'd love to go to Northwest. I bet you there's some fans up there. There's Canadian fans that come down because that's as high as they go is New Hampshire. It's a pretty good amount of Canadian fans. Now, travel's a little bit more accessible, at least up until recently. Where I want to see something new. I've heard about Nashville possibly coming in. You know, we were scheduled to race there with the ARCA series this year. We didn't actually end up taking the ARCA series because everything kind of went to hell in a handbasket. Next exit. Man, I wish that GPS was zoomed in just a little bit more. I just want to see some new tracks, something different. I don't want to see more cookie cutters. You know, they were even talking about putting one in New York near Manhattan. And it was like a 2-mile Michigan. It was like the same thing. That's not what I want to see. I don't want to see speed. I've got Talladega. I've got Daytona. Even Michigan. Okay? That's where I get to see my speed. Sorry, I'm grabbing mic and X at the same time. People are going to be blaring their horn at me to go. I don't know. Just want to see it. I think the sport's getting a little bit better. Some people think it's getting worse. Regardless of what NASCAR does, not everybody's going to be happy. You can't please everybody. So you can't please them with all my rants either. Hey, but luckily, hey, guess what? Next week we're going to Iowa. You don't need to listen to a peep come out of my mouth. Except welcoming you. But we're pulling into Rockingham. Well, we're pulling into the staging of Rockingham. We're going to pulling into this Walmart up here. Put ourselves on display for the fans this week. I really like the fan engagement that we've been attempting to do. This just reminds me of Florida. Wow. Thank you. Right next to the hotel and iFlop. Welcome to Walbert. Alright. Now I'm gonna... I think I can go this way. Wrong gear. Definitely was in the wrong gear. Definitely going through a red light. Come on. Everybody will marvel at the size. That's what we can go with. Alright, the event is technically tomorrow. We'll be lined up in front of the store, but for now, let's go down here. Turn ourselves around and at least get staged for it. Do a whole little parade out, you know. Something for the kids, something for the families. I'm actually going to... it's going to actually be hard. Where do I want to turn around? Hold on. Let's park it really quick. Let me step out. This is probably my best bet turnaround, isn't it? No, let's try there. I see a spot down there that I'd really like to fit in. I doubt we're actually going to fit. I got a puppy on the right of me. I got a husky on the left. I'm trying to drive a truck in the back of a Walbert. Casual Friday, right? Now, how is the loading dock set up back here? Did I just screw myself? Oh, it's pretty tight. Maybe. That's all I'm gonna say is maybe this is gonna work. Love the detail of that bent post because guess what? I know that I've hit it before. Not with a featherlight, but with a regular trailer. It's weird. I can put the featherlight almost anywhere that I want. Regular trailers, we still struggle with. Yeah, okay, there's plenty of room to turn around in here. Good. Alrighty, let's see. Yes, this is where I'd like to be. I know, I'm on the curb. Gonna probably get the curb again, but I want to be close to it. Yeah, I know. I'm a spotter. Perfect. Lock her down. Shut her off. Let's step on out. I'm up on the curb, aren't I? Yeah, it's fine. It's just a little drunk. It's fine. It's going to bother me now. Hold on. Yeah, I know it is. Okay, get you off. There it is. There we go. Now we're not on the curb. We look great. Still a great looking truck. That's the thing. I know we dress it up with all the bells and whistles. I understand that, but happy about that. Well, here we are at Rockingham, everybody. Hoping that we're gonna have a good week. You know, it's been a rough season. You know, we went from the top car last year to a mid car this year. Hoping to turn that around at Rockingham. But hey, we still got Iowa. I know Linear's in there as well. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. Nice, short, and sweet. If you enjoyed what you saw, we do have a brand new channel, PadFootTD Live. And we're on Instagram. Those links are down there in the description below. Let us know in the comments what you think. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to show support, a subscribe is always appreciated. Just lets us know we're doing something right. But with that, I thank you guys so much for coming out to this one. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.